8:27, and we're going to do our opening items. Start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Is the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, and on to our 5 principles of the Cruiser PLC.
I'll do that. As we say every time, the principles of our Cruiser PLC, the 5 items. Number 1, we focus on learning. Number 2, we collaborate. Number 3, we take responsibility. Number 4, we ask what are the results. Number 5, we decide
what to do next.
All right, on to roll call, please. Mrs. Walsh.
Hi.
Mrs. Gray.
Here.
Mr. Bauer. Here. Ms. Edelberger.
Here.
Ms. Kirschner. Here. All right. Madam Vice President, can you review our belief statement and board norms, please?
Yes, we believe that all cruisers are valuable. We will unconditionally serve, support, and inspire. Therefore, every cruiser will maximize their unique purpose, potential, and power to produce the results they want. Our board norms. As leaders of the district, we will always strive to 1, support the mission and vision of the district. 2, be prepared, informed, and ready for meetings. 3, respect one another as elected representatives of the community. Be open-minded and recognize one another's strengths, the value of diverse perspectives, and mutual commitment to the mission and vision of the district. 4, allow members to complete their thoughts and statements before others comment. Allow members to be heard and listen to all perspectives with an open mind. 5, stay focused on task at hand and respectfully redirect each other when needed. 6, maintain confidentiality and communicate per board policies. Ensure trust and transparency in all dealings. 7, after a vote is cast, leave meetings united as one voice, no matter the outcome.
Thank you so much. On to item B1, adoption of the meeting agenda. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right, I have Libby as first, Toya as second. On to roll call, please. Mr. Kirschner?
Aye.
Mrs. Edelberger?
Aye.
Mr. Bauer? Aye. Ms. Gray?
Aye.
And Ms. Walsh?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Mr. President, we don't have any public participation tonight.
I'm sorry, you said no public participation?
That is correct.
Okay.
No participation.
On to item E1. Mr. Superintendent?
Okay. January is Board Member Appreciation Month, School Board Recognition Month, and I always say this in the beginning. I think a lot of times people are confused. They think the Board of Education is a place, where the Board of Education are full-time people who are sitting around here ready to, answer calls and do things. Full-time employees, and not a lot of people know that outside of the board meetings, you're basically public servant volunteers for a lot of your time. So in January, we take this month to recognize school board members. Groveport Madison Local School District will join more than 700 school districts throughout Ohio to celebrate January as School Board Recognition Month. Our school board members are citizen servants who shoulder critical responsibilities and often make difficult choices for our district. Their focus is always on the future success of the children in our district. Celebrating School Board Recognition Month is one way to say thanks for all they do. Serving as a link between the community and classroom, school board members are elected to establish the policies that provide the framework for public schools. It's more important than ever that communities support public education so that today's students are prepared to be productive citizens and leaders of tomorrow. Please take a moment to tell school board members thank you for caring about our children and giving so much to our community. Let them know we support them and that their dedicated service is recognized and truly appreciated. So with that, we do have some certificates from OSBA. There's also the placards that are at your desk. And what I thought was a really neat idea, some of the thank you notes. I don't know if you've looked through those from students. And anybody who either didn't do a New Year's resolution or hasn't broken your New Year's resolution yet, we do have some cupcakes in back for after this. Maybe we'll first recognize board member Kathy Walsh. Next, we'll recognize board member John Kirshner. Next, we'll recognize board member Elizabeth Gray. Newly elected vice president, board member Latoya Dowdleberger. And finally, we have our newly elected president, Mr. Seth Bauer. Okay. Oh yeah. Look, no. Okay.
I hate getting pictures taken.
All right, I'm hold. So 1, 2. Thank you.
Well, Nate, I was very disappointed by the amount of applause you provided from the audience tonight.
You didn't have any woo woo.
Okay, item 2, recognition of Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service. On January 20th, 2025, the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday will mark the 30th anniversary of the National Day of Service. This day was established to honor the life and legacy of Dr. King and to encourage all Americans to volunteer and improve their communities. Americans celebrated the first official Martin Luther King Day, which was only a federal holiday commemorating an African American, on Monday, January 20th, 1986. In 1994, Congress designated this holiday as a National Day of Service, and marking the third Monday in January every year as Martin Luther King Jr. Day of Service, a day on. A day on, not a day off. Dr. King advocated for nonviolent resistance to overcome injustice as a means of lifting racial oppression. He created change with organized sit-ins, marches, and peaceful demonstrations that highlighted issues of inequality. Dr. King received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. He was the youngest person to ever receive this high honor. He followed in the footsteps of his grandfather and father by entering the ministry to become a Baptist minister. On April 4th, 1968, at the age of 39, he was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee, as he stood on the balcony of his hotel. Dr. King traveled to Memphis, Tennessee to lead a march in support of striking sanitation workers. We remember Dr. King as a husband, father, friend, and a fierce advocate for the betterment of all people. Honor his memory by organizing, volunteering, and spreading the word. Remember to make it a day on, not a day off, for you and those around you.
Thank you, Mr. Superintendent. On to the superintendent's agenda. Once you get back here.
Actually, this is it's under my agenda, but this treasurer recommendation.
So I'll do it. The treasurer recommends Groveport Madison Local Board of Education approve the minutes for the December 18th special board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
I have Olivia's first, Latoya second.
Yes.
Any discussion? Hearing none, on to roll call, please.
Mr. Kirschner,
No.
Mrs. Dowderberger,
Aye.
Mr. Bauer,
Aye.
Ms. Gray,
Aye.
and Mrs. Walsh.
No.
Motion passes. On to treasurer's agenda.
Sorry, my computer's going slow. Come on. Motion, the treasurer recommends the Groveport Madison School of Education approve the bond issue in amount of $78,305,000 for the purpose of constructing, improving, furnishing, and equipping 3 new 5 to 8 middle schools with related site improvements and opportunities thereto, constructing, improving, furnishing, and equipping in addition to the Groveport Madison High School with related site improvements and opportunities thereto, abatement and demolition of existing facilities, improving, renovating, furnishing, and equipping existing facilities, and replacing existing equipment, and constructing various permanent improvements school district-wide.
So moved.
Second.
I have Olivia's first and Latoya's second.
That is Libby first, Latoya second.
Yes.
All right. Any discussion?
Yes, I will mirror what I've said in the past and also reinforce it with additional feedback that I've received, and that is that the people that participated at the onset of this program did not and were not in support of the final program selected. We had been told that something around 9,000 emails went out to try to gain participation from the community. Those were asked for and never provided. So I don't believe that what we're putting before the voters is a representation at all of our constituency. I know it's not of my constituency, and I know the people that live around New Bixby are definitely not for school on that curve. I don't think it makes sense. I don't think the grade configurations were vetted, and I don't think we did a good job of investigating a school which would be low to no cost to us with transportation savings in the Independence Village area. Thank you.
Any other comments?
Yeah, I'd like to say that this, in my opinion, and from the constituents I've talked to, is a bad plan. It's not the community's plan. It doesn't represent what the community thought was going to be presented, and it was changed at the last minute. I think they spoke. The public spoke. We took a vote. It was a lot of people turned out, and it was against the bond. We need to go back to the drawing board, come up with a strategic plan, and listen to our constituents, the taxpayers. Thank you.
Any other comments? If
Also,
not,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
Do we know the cost of putting this bond up on the ballot again?
Yes, it's 2.33 mils, so it's a little bit less than last time. So it'll cost our homeowners a little bit less than they did last time. So
Which
for
was?
the estimated cost of this one for the $166,000 home, which is what our median is.
No, the cost for us to put the bond on the ballot.
It's a regular election in May, so it'll be very, very cheap. There's not a special election. Usually, sometimes there's a special election, and so you got to foot the whole bill. But there's actually a general regular election in May. So.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
I would just like to make a comment that I know fellow board members have commented that the community did not have the input. They were given the opportunity to be there. There was multiple meetings, and community members did put their input into this decision. And so I would just like to comment on that.
And I would like to further state that there was a presentation provided by our comms department, if I recall, before we did the original vote to add it to add the bond to the actual ballot that showed the communications plan where you do it's a whatever email blast system we're using. It showed the report of those. So I'm not sure if we're looking to see the exact email, but they did do a report and it showed the report out of how many were open and things like that.
And I haven't seen that report, and I would say that I went to one of those meetings. I went to several of the meetings, and the one the doors were locked. So there was no literature in the marquees. Didn't even say, "Hey, there's a meeting tonight to go over the community's plan for our district." It wasn't out there.
I believe it
I
had
don't believe we
schools.
really went out to the public. And if we did a very, very poor job. And like John said, the 9,000 emails, we've requested those, but still haven't seen those.
Adam, real quick, you had mentioned this is going to cost less.
Yeah.
Can you clarify and kind of explain that?
Yeah, it's going to be 2.33 mils, and so it's going to cost an owner of $166,200 home, which is the average home in Groveport, $135.54 per year. And if you have a $100,000 home, it's $81.55, so it's a little bit lower than last time.
81.55.
Yeah, for 100,000, but for a median home, use that number. It's 135.54. And then if you're over the age of 65, it'll be a little bit lower than that, of course.
Okay, so again, that is not accurate information. If you go to the Realtors Association, 166 is not the average cost of a home in our school district. And if you're age 65 or over, you have to be under a certain income level to get that. So I don't think that's necessarily accurate.
Okay, we got this from our bond counsel and also the finance committee of the 166,200. Remember, that's what the average for the assessed value is on the county's
Assessed
website,
value.
not what the sale price can be. So not the realtors won't have, not what the sale price is. This is the assessed.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any additional comments?
No, thank you.
If we go to roll call, please.
Mr. Kirschner,
No.
Mrs. Dotterberger,
Aye.
Mr. Bauer,
Aye.
Ms. Gray,
Aye.
Mrs. Walsh.
No.
Motion passes. On to item H1. We are on comments, announcements, and other business. So board member comments and or special announcements and other business, possible items to be added to the next meeting's agenda.
Just want to make a comment. I wanted to thank the students of, I believe it was Groveport and Dunlow. I looked through their notes that they sent to us. I really appreciate them. They're very special, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
I second that as well. Ms. Gray went through those as well. Amazing packet of what our students did. We appreciate you and the teachers that ensured that happened as well.
Also, we'll be having our first elementary student advisory committee meeting this on the 13th, I think it is. So I'm looking forward to meeting with the elementary students and having them give us their ideas.
Excellent. If you don't mind, I'd like to suggest if you all approve that we take a moment of silence for Jack Hamilton, one of the parents that was killed here in the last few weeks in our district.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
And what was his name, John? What was his name?
Jack
Jack
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Absolutely.
I guess I would say if there's any kiddies still up tonight watching this, which I hope they're not, they should be ready to go back to school tomorrow. We had our PD day Monday that we got snowed out of doing that, and today there was just some drifting in side roads and some neighborhoods that weren't good. But yeah, be ready to get back to school tomorrow. So get to bed if you're still up.
And I would say hats off to Madison Township roads, because I've lived here almost all my life. I've lived in Three Rivers. I've lived in other places around here. and it is amazing with the very limited number of people they have, what a great job they do at keeping our roads clear.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would also add Groveport as well. They did good as well. So
And the city of Columbus did an amazing
that's
job.
right. Yes, there you go.
My road got plowed for the first
What?
time I'm thinking in 30 years.
What? I was telling everybody I used to live in Three Rivers, and they never came out on our road. So that's great.
Any other announcements, updates? If not, can I?
Yeah,
get
I'd like
oh,
to-
sorry, Paul.
I'd like to add our maintenance workers work really hard clearing our parking
Yes.
lots.
Give it up for them.
They
Thank
did
you.
a great job too.
Thank you guys.
Nate. There's a clap from Nate.
And I just wanted to make the comment, I don't know that date for that finance literacy meeting. But definitely parents, this is a wonderful opportunity. I've been wanting to see this in our district for years, and this is opportunity to learn about finances and how to improve them. So I would encourage every family member, community member to attend it.
And it's in our, as a parent, I know I received it via email, and I believe it's also in our social media. So if you're a parent, you would have received an email from the school district inviting you to the financial literacy education provided. I forget, is it Fifth Third? I think that's still PNC. Sorry, in a partnership with United Way. And thank you to United Way of Central Ohio for your hard work with working with us to get that done as well.
Looks like it is Wednesday, January 29th at the Groveport Madison High School from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then also, for parents that might be interested, we have our safety committee. Paul, our next one is, which it's coming up, right? 29th, January 29th, 6 p.m. It's coming up, yeah. So you get to choose. That's all right.
Sorry, I turned that off to keep from making noise. I have one question that can hopefully be answered either directly at some point, or we can discuss at the next meeting. And that is Oregon law is not known or has no history of school law. So why are they on our list? I would like to understand how they came to be and how they were selected when they have they're a tort law firm and they do not have a background in school law whatsoever. So thank you.
Okay. Any other comments? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Oh,
Who wants it?
Who was it?
doesn't matter.
All right.
It don't matter.
Latoya's first. Okay. Can I get a second?
Second.
Libby second.
All right.
On a roll call, please.
Yep. Mr. Kirschner.
Aye.
Mrs. Dellenberger.
Aye.
Mr. Bauer.
Aye.
Ms. Gray.
Aye.
Ms. Walsh.
Aye.
It is 8:50 p.m. We are adjourned.